Guys, welcome back to another great video. Sorry about not uploading the last few days. I was back out of town, going back home to where I'm from, Mississippi. But back here, back in my room, and over the last few days, I've missed Game 3, Thunder vs Spurs. I missed some of the Cavs, and most recently, I missed Game 4 of the Spurs, which wasn't really much of a game. Neither was this game, but today we're going to talk about, we're going to do a bit of everything. So we're trying to make this video short. I know I said the last two videos, but this time I really want to make it short because I'm staying up too late making these and posting on the reels and all that TikTok. So I want to talk today about just the game that was played today, the Cavs versus Knicks, Game 4. Then we're going to get into the series as a whole. We're going to move on to what the Cavs should be looking to do after, during the off season. And we're going to talk about the Thunder games that I missed after that. We're going to preview the game for tonight, Game 5 of the Thunder versus Spurs. And then we're going to talk about the All-NBA selections. And I think that'll be it for us unless I think of something else. But until then, that is all I believe we are getting into. Okay. So let's start off with the game that just happened. Cavs versus Knicks, Game 4. Final score was 130-93. A proper ass whooping. I mean, there's not much to say about this game. I don't personally have I don't have anything to say about this game really. I can give it a rundown. Knicks look as great as they've looked since they've started the playoffs. After those two losses to the Hawks, they're undefeated. They've been destroying the East. So much so that statistically they are the greatest playoff team ever. Not in the last 10 years, not in the last 20 years, not in the last 30 years. Ever. This Knicks team is statistically the greatest playoff team ever. And I don't believe it, bro. I just can't. I just can't see a team that has Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Cat, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson in their bench being the greatest team of all time in the playoffs. I just can't believe that personally. So, I believe I am personally in the camp of the East is just weak. I really think the East is just bad, man. Oh, man. So, if we start off this game, Jalen Brunson didn't have to do anything. Knicks are shooting lights out all night. I'm pretty sure they finished. Yeah, if a team's shooting 50% from the field and 44% from three, you're never beating them. As well as, gotta give a lot of props to an unsung hero, Mikal Bridges. Now he is shooting very, very efficiently, but on nights like these, which is a more realistic night of Mikal Bridges, 4-16 from the field, stinky, terrible. But he made up for that with effort, defense, rebounding, and assisting. I've never seen his aggressiveness, man. Just wanting to get to the cup, taking shots. He took more shots than, granted, Brunson didn't have to shoot the ball this game, but still took the most shots out of everybody on the Knicks. Was the most aggressive. He had the worst shooting percentage out of everybody, but still got to the free throw line the most. Had 6 free throws, made all 6 of them. Again, just an absolute dog, man. And 5 first rounders are a lot. That is a lot of picks for somebody. But if he's putting out this production and when you need him the most, you can forget about those picks. You won't even need them because now you're going to the finals. So the Knicks are in the finals, man. Wow, wow, wow. But yeah, this game was a blowout the entire game. They were up 30 by the second half. Cavs are a joke. There's several instances where the Cavs are just standing still, allowing anybody to just go in the paint, get free points, allowing 3-point shooters to be wide open. Which is very interesting because they have Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Like, you would think those two would be able to protect the paint, but it's free. Barbecue chicken is. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just very disappointing to see the Cavs go out like this, especially doing the big trade for James Harden, rushing your future. Granted, if they had Darius Garland, I don't think they would have made it to the conference finals, so I don't want to say, like, oh, they should have traded him. I think they definitely should have made a trade to get rid of Darius Garland, but for them to go out in a sweep in the conference finals, it's really embarrassing. And it should have been obvious it was gonna happen. That every series before that, series with the Raptors was to 7, series with the Pistons was to 7, and now they get swept by the best team in the East, which is the Knicks. But in this game, Donovan Mitchell was great. He shot 50% from the field. He was very aggressive the entire game until obviously it was out of hand. But 5 of 9 from 3. He finally found his 3-point shot. Too bad it was while they were down by 40. Even though the numbers look nice, it's kind of like a slap in the face by Donovan Mitchell, I believe, because it's like they've needed you the entire series, and he was really stat padding in this game. He scored most of his points when they were already losing by 20, and that's the Donovan Mitchell experience, man. And it's sad because we all know that Donovan Mitchell is an elite player, a top 15 player, but clearly, if he's your best player on your team, you're never winning anything. He's not a great defender. He's too on and off. I know his playoff numbers are crazy, but I don't know. I have to rewatch some of his playoff games because this ain't the Donovan Mitchell that we used to get. I feel like Donovan Mitchell used to be a dog in the playoffs. Now he looks like he's weak as hell, man. Looks like he's a little bitch, like a female dog, bro. You know what I mean? And it's not looking good for him. I saw after the game, he said he liked to resign with the Cavs because he loves the city, and I understand that. Every day he posts a hashtag, let him know on Twitter and stuff. He loves the city. He loves being the guy for Cleveland. But I feel like if Cleveland is thinking ahead, they're saying, I don't think we're going to be able to compete because next year, you got to think about it. Pacers will be back. Pistons will be better, I'm assuming. The Knicks aren't going anywhere. The Celtics are going to get better. That's 4 elite teams. And this was supposed to be a gap year for the East. This was really anybody's game. Which is more credit to the Knicks, man, taking advantage of it. Taking mighty advantage of it. So, congrats to them. More of the story is, we'll get to the Cavs all season in a second. I just want to say, congrats to the Knicks, man. Making it to the finals in the first time in 27 years, I believe. That's sick for a Knicks fan, bro. That's good to see them. They're always a great crowd. Always got their energy right, man. And it's great to see a big franchise make it that hasn't made it in a while. It's massive. Man United making the Champions League, and now the Knicks are making the finals. Arsenal winning the Prem. Don't get me started on niggas. Anyway, we're not talking about soccer right now. So, I want to get to. We're done with talking about the game. I want to get to the series as a whole. This will be like 2 seconds. The series as a whole, I didn't watch many. I watched the first game. After the first game, I watched like the first 3 quarters of the second game, and I was like, yeah, I know how this series is gonna go. I knew they were gonna get swept after how they lost the first game. The way that team looked, and I skipped over the bad performances from the players. I don't care. I'm done with that. You know that James Harden was terrible. You know he can't defend. You know he had turnovers. You know he can't shoot the 3 ball to save his life. You know he can't create separation. You know Jared Allen can't do anything, really. He's just a lob threat. You know Evan Mobley picks and chooses when he wants to be aggressive, and it's really he never wants to be aggressive. So what is there to talk about with the Cavs, man? It's nothing we haven't seen already. They don't want to be physical. They don't want to be rough. They don't want to try hard. They don't care. They don't care. For a bunch of people that have never won anything, they got a lot of careless players on that team. It's pretty baffling how it seems like nobody, except for Donovan Mitchell, tonight cared about the looks of it. So, like, no one's closing out, no one's defending. You know, but it is what it is. It's not my team. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, but the whole series was. I mean, the Knicks did what they were supposed to do. Knicks looked insanely dominant. They're just making their statistically they're the greatest playoff team ever. They're just making that more abundant and clear now with the separation they're creating from several teams of the past. I believe their net rating, I don't know what it is after this game. I don't think it's been updated. I'm doing this right after the game ended. I should have done it earlier. Because I'm going to be up on my editing and making reels. I'll check the reels out too. Also, leave a comment, like and subscribe. I didn't say that in the beginning. Anyway, I'm going to sidetrack. Sorry, but yeah. Every game was, I mean, it's a series to go down. I mean, no one's gonna remember this series unless you're a Cavs fan because you got swept embarrassingly. I don't know the last time a conference finals game ended in this sweep, but congratulations, you just made history. I feel like let the Knicks get to the finals. Good Lord. Anyway, a little segue out of that. What can the Cavs look forward to in the offseason? I truly believe the Cavs should blow this whole thing up. This whole little Donovan Mitchell experiment was a failure. He is a great player, but if he is the best option that you have, you're never gonna win. It's just simple as that. Donovan Mitchell again for like a month and a half, he'll give you like 30 a game on great shooting, and then the rest of the season he's worse than Josh Giddey. I don't know. Like he's too on and off. He's another short guard who can't defend. That prototype in the NBA is dying out. If D. Mitch wasn't such a prolific scorer, he'd probably be out of a job right now. Just because based off of, if he's not scoring 30 a night, he's kind of useless because he can't create. He's a bad defender, and he can't rebound. So if he's not giving you 30 a night, he's useless. So, and I hate to say that because I like Donovan Mitchell. He's a cool guy, a really great person. But this is basketball. We're not talking about your personality. It is what it is, bro. You're not that good. Which is okay. Donovan Mitchell is your second option. Oh yeah, they can win a championship like that, but you need to, like a Giannis or something. Which brings me to the trades. What I think the Cavs could do: two scenarios. One scenario, they can keep Donovan Mitchell, right? Keep Donovan Mitchell and try to trade, offload some contracts such as Evan Mobley, offload Jared Allen, maybe to the Lakers to get more depth, defensively. Like Jared, I know this may not sound good, but if you're building a team, you gotta get 1 through 10 now, basically. Not all elite players, but you got 1 through 10's got to be able to do something. Their 1 through 10 right now is looks like 1 through 7. So what I'm thinking is maybe Jared Allen. I don't know what the contract is, but maybe you can get Jared Allen to the Lakers or some team that needs a center. Hopefully you can get an actual good defensive wing like Jared Vanderbilt could be good. You need some more shooting. I know he's a joke, but Dalton Connect, I think if he wasn't giving 20 minutes a game, he could be really, really good. He's still a good shooter. He's still very young. I think that's a risk you can take. And yeah, I think you need to really bulk up on defense because the Knicks are just running, walking through y'all. Like diarrhea, just running straight through the intestines, bro. Y'all were sweet, bro. It was easy. It was easy out there. Jalen Brunson did what he wanted. If Jalen Brunson wanted to, he dropped 30 a night, but he didn't have to. Just pass to open shooter because y'all aren't closing down on shooters. You look like you don't care, so that's what it is. And another alternative, the second thing they can do, is you can trade Donovan Mitchell. And I think Evan Mobley. How old is Evan Mobley? Quick little Google search. Evan Mobley age. Evan Mobley is 24 years old. Perfect. What I think they should do is build around Evan Mobley, get rid of everybody, rebuild it. Like Donovan Mitchell, if that's the best you can do, and if you can't get Giannis, I think you should look into getting into the future. I don't think Evan Mobley is gonna ever be the best player for a team in a championship, but he's young. He can be the third best, second best player. But yeah, Donovan Mitchell is 30 now. Again, like I said, short guards are dying out in this world because if you're not dropping 30 a night, Donovan Mitchell's pretty useless. Can't play mid, can't defend, not a good rebounder. He's short. Doesn't want to be aggressive a lot. He has no I'm gonna stop talking about Donovan Mitchell. I don't want to hate on Donovan Mitchell. He's a great player. It's just he has a lot of flaws for someone that is their best player, and you'll just never win with him as your number one guy. But yeah, that's what I think they should look forward to. Trying to get Giannis or an Evan Mobley swap and some other stuff picks, or blow it up. Get rid of Donovan Mitchell. Get rid of Jared Allen. Get rid of good lord, kick James Harden out the. I think he's a free agent this season anyway. So if he is, don't sign James Harden, weak ass. Ooh, that nigga gave me fucking burps thinking about that weak nigga. Don't sign him. Keep him away from the facility. Hopefully someone else will believe in him for some reason. I don't know. Everywhere he goes, he's a loser. He's the biggest loser out of all of them. We're just used to James Harden by now. I'm not finna rant about James Harden. We know he's terrible. I'm not telling you anything you don't know about James Harden, but a lot of you may not know about Donovan Mitchell, so I guess I harped on that a little bit. And we're gonna segue out of that. Now we're gonna mention the Thunder games. Mainly, not Game 3. Game 3 was a great win for them. I want to get to Game 4. Game 4 was the definition of, if you watch sports, you knew what was gonna happen. Me and my friend were watching it. Shout out Knox. We were watching the game at his house when I was over there, and you can tell by you just felt it, man. Elite teams know how to protect home court when it matters. You saw the Thunder do it game 2. It was an obvious Thunder blowout win. I could predict that. And for game 4, it was an obvious Spurs blowout. Thunder came out looking sluggish like they did game 3. But I think game 3 they realized that we really need to win this game, because then we would be forced to win game 4. Because they just, this game 4, just like they weren't trying. Like they just looked exhausted. They looked like they didn't care once they went down by like a big lead. The shots weren't falling. Oh my gosh, the shots were atrocious. I want to pull this up actually. And that is and I will get to why that is, because the Spurs made a great adjustment, which is something that it's common sense. But oh yeah, another great game by Wemby. Wemby is phenomenal, man. He's not the best player in the world in my opinion, but he's second for sure. He's definitely second for sure. But anyway, like I was saying, yeah, just another game where, well, not another game. The first game of the series, I believe the Thunder shot 33% from the field and 18% from the 3. If you are a Thunders fan, you are saying no way in hell that we will ever shoot that bad again, which I agree. They have so much talent. But I'm worried because I want the Thunder to win. I am worried though because AJ Mitchell, while he wasn't scoring 20 points a game, while he wasn't really doing assisting and breathing, all that, his energy and defense and his ability to take the ball off the court was massive for them, man. You couldn't just simply double Shea and get the ball out of his hands when AJ Mitchell's out there, because AJ Mitchell can create his own shot, he can create his own look, he can do his own thing. But now that he's out of the series, let's just say for Thunder's fans' sake, you really, really, really hope J-Dub can play Game 5. That or a legacy game from Shea, because I'll get to this now because I'm trying to rush through this video. The Spurs seem to have changed up their entire game plan. What they started doing this game, which I think is very, very smart for them, they thought to themselves, why are we doubling Shea if he's just going to pass it to a shooter and they are going to shoot the ball lights out? 3 is better than 2, and the Thunder realized that, and they are fully fine with Shea getting double because Shea is a great passer and playmaker who just passed out of the double, wide open Caruso, wide open Ijo, wide open Casey and Wallace, wide open the 4 other people that can shoot threes on their team. So the Spurs started no double. They didn't start off doubling Shea. Single coverage. They said, Shea, these mid-ranges are all you going to do on us. We're going to allow you to get to the mid-range. You're going to allow you to do it. Castle's still going to be hand-checking. Castle will be fouling every play. Every play. Castle, boy, if I had a dime for every time Castle does this, grab a jersey, doing this whole time, getting on the hip, boy, I might be next to Bill Gates right now, boy, kicking my feet up, doing this video in front of a pool. But I'm not last to Bill Gates. I don't think I want to be either. I don't know how that nigga get down. Anyway, back to what I was saying though. But yeah, for the Thunder's game plan for Game 5, if they're going to go single coverage with Shea again, not only will Shea have to play as good as he did in Game 2, he's probably going to have to play better because there's no AJ Mitchell. He's also going to need for Chet Holmgren. Oh, man, I already harped about Chet in the last video, so I'm not going to do that. But Chet, please, you made 3 you only took 8 shots. 8 shots in the game where there was no J-Dub or AJ Mitchell. Why is Chet shooting the same amount of shots as Casey Wallace? Why is he shooting? If I'm not mistaken, no, that's a blowout. Oh, okay, that was blowout minutes. Okay, I was about to say he shot less than Aaron Wiggins, but Aaron Wiggins got blowout time. But damn, Chet, damn. Can you do something? Can you help somebody out, please? Like, if Chet could just play as he did in the regular season, this would be it'd be great. It'd be great for them. But yeah, this game was coded for the Thunder Spurs to blow them out. It was an obvious blowout. The Thunder didn't look like they didn't want to win. They look as soon as the Thunder went, it was like the game plan was, okay, if we go down by that much again, make it look like we want to win, but don't go all out. We got Game 5. Shea and them were laughing on the bench at the end of the fourth quarter, so I think the plan was that they're fine. J-Dub was laughing on the bench too. So little as a Thunder's fan, little fantasy booking here, as we say in the wrestling world. Maybe J-Dub knows he's coming back game 5. Maybe he does. He was questionable for game 4. But yeah, so we'll see if he plays tomorrow, which will segue us into the preview for tomorrow's game. If J-Dub suits up tomorrow, I will be picking the Thunder. I think this is a clear-cut Thunder scrappy win. Scrappy they win by like 7 or 8, but it's scrappy the whole game. Then they just, they've been up by 7 the whole game. They close it out. I think Shea will have a bounce back game. Not just saying that because I'm a Shea fan. I really believe it. Especially if they give him single coverage. Now, if they start doubling him again, I feel like that'd be better for the Thunder because they can shoot threes. But if they don't, in single coverage, Shea's ready for that. Shea's been in this moment before. Not worried. I will say this though: if no J-Dub plays, let's pray that they do double Shea because that means that they're going to be able to shoot threes. If J-Dub does play, I doubt they would not double Shea because they want to get the ball out of Shea's hands and give it to the guy who's injured. So, in a perfect world, J-Dub plays and they beat them by 7 or 8. 7 or 8, as I said. But yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that J-Dub will play. He was laughing on the bench with Shea as they were getting blown out at the end of the game. I'd imagine, either the joke was that funny or J-Dub saying, "Yeah, we got him next game." I hope it's a latter. I hope they got him next game. And that's gonna wrap that up. Yeah, I think Thunder win. I'll say like 115 to 106 or 107. Yeah, 115, 107. This is not betting advice, by the way. And that's it with the NBA games. Not much to talk about really, because I don't want to go into too much depth because these videos are too damn long. So next I want to get into is the All NBA teams. We're gonna run through these. Honestly, I really just want to talk about like 2 things. I don't really think y'all care about all defensive, so we're not gonna get on that. But Scotty Barnes not being first team all defensive is hilariously stupid, but whatever. I just want to harp on one thing. Who on God's green earth said that Luka Doncic and Wemby were on the second All-NBA team? Wemby had 99 first-team votes and 1 second-team vote. Luka had 91 first-team votes, and he had 9 second-team votes. Oh my gosh, it's fucking terrible. That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't get how those two were. I don't think if you're in the running for MVP, you can be debatably not a top 5 player. Because that's what this basically is. It's the top 5 players of this season. Bro, Wemby was like, oh no, he was third. That's another thing. Wemby was third in MVP. These Jokic players gotta stop. Jokic is not. Whatever. He's out the playoffs. We're not on that. But whoever put Wemby as a second team. Bro, look at the names in the second team. Jalen Brunson, KD, D-Mitch, Kawhi Leonard, and Jaylen Brown. Which one of those 5 is taking his spot? Nigga, fuck no. It had to be. Yo, oh my gosh. I just saw this list. Donovan Mitchell had 2 first-team votes. Kawhi Leonard had 4. I'm getting off this list. It's just gonna piss me off. Niggas gotta lose their vote, bro. Adam Silver's worried about all this tanking shit. Yo, fix that. That's terrible. In what world is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 player this season? What 4 people thought of that? How? Honestly, I don't like to do the seeding stuff. Bro, the Clippers were like the 8th seed, bro. Hell no. He should not be that high. That's ridiculous. That's terrible. You should lose your vote for that. That's ridiculous. Wemby had it. Someone in their right mind watched this entire season. I'd imagine there's a criteria because you have a real vote. Like, this is like going in the history books. Someone saw Victor Wembanyama this season and said, "Oh yeah, he's not top 5." And they had niggas like, boy, that's crazy. That's disrespectful. By the way, Jalen Duren made All NBA, $287 million. $287 million for Mr. I can't score on Wendell Carter's ugly ass. Get your money, black man, black man. Let me stop. But yeah, that's about it with the all NBA teams. That's about everything NBA related. I do want to say this though. I know I said nothing about soccer. My team Madrid fucking sucks, but shout out to Bruno Fernandes for breaking the all-time Premier League assist record. He has 21 assists this season. Incredible. That's insane to think about, and it happened in the last game of the season too. It's poetic. But yeah, and also won Player of the Year. Well deserved. You break a record, you should win it damn near every time. And plus, he's been Man United's best player. He's practically dragged them into the Champions League. So Man United will be in the Champions League next year. It was awesome. I love seeing massive clubs in the Champions League. Like Man United not being there felt weird. Granted, they didn't deserve to be there, but you know what I mean. It's always weird to not see, the big dogs in there. So that's great. Actually, before I close this video out, I do want to check on Liverpool though, because my friend's a Liverpool fan, and I just want to see something real quick. Let's see here. Liverpool. Oh, I could write a book about how bad them niggas are. Oh, they're fifth. I think they'll be fine though. Bournemouth is how many games? They got one more game left. They'll be fine. Oh no, season's over. Okay, so they made Champions League. Liverpool, Aston Villa, Man City, Man United, Arsenal. Oh yeah, Arsenal won the Prem. Knicks are in the finals and Arsenal won the Prem. Life is weird. Anyway, that's about it for this video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment for the algorithm so this video gets pushed out, please. I hope you have a great day. Hope you continue to pray. Hope you continue to work hard, strive for what you want. Whether that's to do anything, go through college, finish high school, get a degree, get a job, start YouTube, start Twitch streaming, start TikTok, do whatever you want to do for your life, man. It's better to start now than later, because you'll regret not starting. I regretted not starting YouTube like years ago. Now I'm doing it now, so I'm years late, but I'm still young, so hopefully we can get this thing rocking. I'll be more consistent. I'm gonna upload every day, Reels, TikToks, YouTube. We're gonna really push this into the ground until we're massive. And thank you for all being here and watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and it's been your boy Dr. Natrell. I'm out. Peace.